Welcome to Robot Wars and the All-Star Championship Heat 2. Fighting today, 6 of the battling best rampaging robots on Earth like Dominator 2, Spawn Again and Hypnodisc. Twice they've conquered the robot globe, Razor. Can 13 Blacks spin a lucky number, or will their number be up against Razor's crushing beak? Will Chaos 2, former UK champions, unleash their mighty flipper to Eden through and meet Firestorm 4, ferocious conquerors of Bigger Brother? In our All-Stars Grand Final, that's the climax of today's show.
Welcome the Master of Mayhem, Craig Charles.
This is Robot Wars and the final heat of our All-Star Championship. These are the robots forged in hell, the scourges of the war zone, proven to cause maximum damage or your money back. It's time to prove their metal might. Let the wars begin.
Craig, the name of our game is Flip 'em and Dump 'em. Whiz. Bang. Ooh, thank you, ma'am. We have axe and claw, and I want more. So, the second heat in our All-Stars Championship, and don't forget, the All-Stars Final will be coming up a little bit later on in the show. Robot Wars doesn't get any bigger, any better, any badder than this. Let's crank up round one, shall we?
From Bournemouth in Dorset, Razor.
Reigning world champions and promising to shave opponents even closer.
Now, I don't know if I can bear to tell you this, but the Razor team have made improvements. Well, first of all, to their appearance. Yeah, let's have a quick look at this. Turn your head. You got it. Yeah. Look. Razor! How cool is that? But also, thousands of pounds worth of equipment has gone in here.
Well, certainly has about £1,000 worth of new batteries and speed controllers.
So there's the batteries and the speed controllers.
Yeah, not including the wheels.
And the wheels.
Ta-da. Look, neat tenderisers, aren't they?
Added traction.
Added traction, added weaponry, added whoosh ability.
Viciously nimble, fast, a very powerful and accurate weapon, that hydraulic piercer, now on killer wheels. Not the quickest, and also slow to self-right.
From Bradford in Ipswich, Chaos 2.
Twice UK champions, previous All-Stars semi-finalists.
Chaos 2. Shouldn't you be about to Chaos 3, 4, 5 even by now?
Possibly, yeah. Sorry, haven't had time.
That's pathetic, because the Razor team have made loads, thousands of pounds worth of improvements.
That's not going to help them.
Do you reckon?
Nah, no chance. No.
Not even those spiky wheels?
Oh, I might do, but not much.
You think you can push them around?
Yeah.
Can you get them out of the arena?
Give it a go.
That's what we want to see.
Well, we know it has that high-powered flipper and two-wheel drive, but we also now know it's vulnerable to axes, can run out of gas. No improvements. How costly will that be?
From Hinckley in Leicestershire, 13 Black.
Place your bets now.
13 Black have a new team member, Tasha. Welcome, Tasha.
Hello.
Are you nervous?
Yes.
Now, particularly so because your first fight's in with Razor. Do you think you can beat him?
Yes.
Good. Positive thinking. How are you going to do it, though? The discs are a bit improved, aren't they? Tell me about them.
Yeah, well, they're not really improved. They're just the same old 800 RPM, 90-mile-an-hour discs, you know.
But they're stronger.
Yeah.
I know you've made them stronger. So your aim, then, is to wipe the floor with Chaos on one side and Razor on the other?
Yeah, I think we should be able to do that easy enough.
Is there any chance?
There's every chance.
Good. Well, it's a game of chance, isn't it? Get it?
The weaponry, two 850mm chrome molly-bladed carbon composite spinning discs with 20-mile-an-hour top speeds. It's rushing roulette, but it doesn't like being flipped.
Roboteers, stand by.
Let's have a look at the teams. Razor, Ian Lewis, Simon Scott and Vincent Blood, the world champions. And together in the pod, Chaos 2 there on the left, George Francis, Ian Swan, Richard Swan and 13 Black, John and Tasha Denny and Richard Morris. In the arena, Mr. Psycho, gruesome as ever. And also fighting for the house robots, Shunt.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, were 13 Black spinning their weaponry before Activate was sounded? Did they try and get a little advantage there? I wonder. Razor comes in and immediately stops one of those roulette blades spinning. Chaos 2 can get the flipper to work, but cannot hoist the combined weight of Razor and 13 Black. I'll remind you of the rules. One robot falls at this stage. 2 survive to the second round of today's show. Will it be Razor surviving? Brilliantly self-righting after that flip from Chaos. They landed right way up on those killer wheels. Were they lucky or was it superb driving? It was a great attack by Chaos, and once again Razor have got to grips on 13 Black, and once again Razor by doing so have just opened themselves up to a flip by Chaos, but Chaos cannot lift 192 kilos of combined Razor and 13 Black. Razor very much here on the scent of 13 Black. Chaos comes in, something's come off Razor! It's one of the arms! They use those to pirouette and self-right Razor, but look at the attack of Chaos 2! And it was 13 Black spinning blade that ripped one of those arms away! Now, will Razor be able to self-right? Are the world champions here in real trouble? Twice world champions. Chaos 2, twice previously UK champions. After all, we're talking all-stars here. Razor and Chaos 2, have they been immobilised? Razor has a look and a crumple, and in goes the beak and pierces Chaos 2's armament. They know the weak spots of Chaos 2. So many battles over the years. Is it time for Chaos to go back to the drawing board and replan George Francis there on the right? Because your machine is in dire peril. Being lifted up by Razor, 13 Black, top of your picture, staying out of trouble, but I think did well early on here. Could be a surprise factor in these All-Star Championships. Don't forget, you'll see the climax, the All-Star final later on. Firestorm already there. And the ref bot counting down and counting out a sad looking Chaos 2. Out they go. The lights are blinking, George Francis. But there's no one at home. Oh no! Ignominy. Infamy. What's going to happen? Will the crushing hammer of Psycho come down, or will it be the floor flipper? It is! Chaos 2, over and out in the All-Stars Championship. Oh, not the hammer now, surely. Ooh! What was not flat before is now mighty. There's the pit release button, activated by Shunt, perhaps just to put Chaos 2 out of its misery. Mr. Psycho has you in its claw. That just gives you some sense of Psycho's size out there. He is immense. It's just a mere bauble, a toy in the grip of Psycho. I wonder if that's the last time we'll see Chaos 2 in that format. Maybe the end of an era here.
Cease.
Chaos flipped and pitted. Razor and 13 Black, they go marching on.
George, what did you yell to me earlier?
Got a wide angle on that damage cam. I think you need it.
I also think we need the rest of the programme just to go through the damage on this machine. Right. Have you got a robot left?
Well, it's something that looks vaguely like one, yes.
Is it worth rebuilding this, or are you going to build a new one?
I don't think this will be in competition again. No, this is had it basically.
It has had it, hasn't it?
The chassis twisted. This whole side plate's got banged in and jammed the wheel solid, which is what stopped us to start with.
Okay, that's the damage 13 Black
that's
did
13
there.
Blacks hit there.
Hit there,
and
but
and
inside that meant the wheels can't go around anymore.
The wheels got jammed up here, so it's very difficult for the wheel to go round.
So basically,
that's
now look,
that's
I'm
great.
a great believer in out of misfortune comes fortune. You're going to have to build a new robot, aren't you?
Quite possibly, yes.
Is it going to be really fantastic?
Oh, we'll have to see.
Out of the remnants of Chaos 2 comes Trash. They're out. Razor 13 Black through. Next up, Hypnodisc, Spawn again, and Dominator 2 fighting.
From Deal in Kent, Dominator 2.
3 times UK Championship semi-finalists.
Is it true, the rumour, that your chopper's bigger than it was before?
It is.
That's some act.
Oh, but it's just awesome. There's probably 1.5 tons of pressure on the tip. Loads of titanium, 6.5 mil at the front and back.
And that's
Nothing's
what's
going to
going to
go
ward off
through.
Hypnodisc, isn't it?
It is.
Okay.
Fast at 20 miles an hour, a 12mm polycarb base. The titanium armour is thicker. The axe has been sharpened, but can only hit targets immediately in front of them.
From Banbury in Oxfordshire, Hypnodisc.
Their motto, spin to win, has twice got them through to the UK Grand Finals.
The robot that went down in history books as one of the most original, if not the most original, we've ever seen. And I'm slightly worried that in the evolution of Robot Wars, you're going to slip behind, because you've only done one adjustment this time.
Well, we've actually done 2, but the first adjustment was to move the disc drive motor underneath the disc.
Yeah, what difference is that going to make?
Hopefully improve the reliability of driving the disc.
Now, that's what we want from Hypnodisc. What was the other improvement?
Derek's had a haircut.
Oh, lovely. Yeah, nice.
A massively destructive weapon weighing 20 kilos and running at 900 RPM, 10mm aluminium checker plate chassis, and the disc cover is hardened and thicker than before.
From East Tilbury in Essex, Spawn again.
4 times UK Championship semi-finalists.
Are you any more powerful than we've seen you before?
Yeah, there's quite a few changes. The weapon system's got an all-new firing mechanism, it's a powered return, and a whole new drive system,
So we thought you were good before. What are you now?
Well, we just brought it up to the 21st centuries, but we won't find out how good it is until we try it, so...
No, so we'll leave now, shall we?
Thanks.
4-wheel driven, steel-bodied, has a 1000 PSI CO2 giant flipper with a self-riding capability, although glitches in the system could cause it to flip itself.
Roboteers, stand by.
Let's have a look at the teams. Dominator 2, Peter Halloway, Elliot Smart and Paul Tolliday. And together in that booth, Hypnodisc, the Rose Twins and Dad Ken, and Spawn again, Darren Hayden-Ball and Luke Chapman. And in the arena for you, we have the Sergeant. Attention for the flamethrower, please. And straining at the leash, Growler.
3, 2, 1.
Don't forget, 2 robots will survive this melee to go through to the All-Stars Heat 2 second round. Oh, Hypnodisc up and over from Spawn Again's flipper, but retreating to come again. Dominator 2 goes after the Hypnodisc blade with the mighty sharpened weaponry. Remember, I told you can only attack using that weapon if an opponent is directly in front of them. And you see Hypnodisc was quick to get out of the way there of the Dominator 2 machine. At the controls, Peter Halloway. A side-on slam. Dominator 2 against the Arena Cyborg comes back-to-back with Hypnodisc. We're not seeing great destructive force unleashed. Well, the blade has done nothing to Hypnodisc's spinning weapon. Just glanced off it. Nothing at all. So we know that Hypnodisc can survive against Dominator 2 unless it's flipped, maybe. Like that. Toppling, but down and okay. Dominator certainly seems to want to take on Hypnodisc. Spawn again. Wisely keeping out of trouble thus far. Having the odd flip or 2. Hypnodisc in the middle. Can they get their weaponry spinning up to full velocity? Because that is key to me. It doesn't seem to be working at full strength. The blade has stopped. Hypnodisc in trouble again. When the blade isn't at 100%, we know Hypnodisc is very vulnerable. We've seen that in the past. They've stopped. Dominator 2 fighting it out with Spawn again. Well, the Rose boys look very, very worried. Dave and Derek, both engineers by trade. The ref has a look. Hypnodisc is over now. They're in great peril. I don't think they'll be able to self-right. They're being counted out. The act of Dominator 2 isn't making great purchase, to be honest. That'll be a worry for later on in the competition. For the Dominator team, Hypnodisc, they're out. They've gone. No longer in this competition, then, to be considered an all-star. Growler has them in its jaws. With the skid steer system very quick across the arena floor. Oh. How about that for a push? Down the pit, the Hypnodisc. If he lets go, dog with a bone and all that. Hypnodisc KO, disappointingly so.
Oh, what a tear-up for the books. Hypnodisc, immobilised. Spawn again, and Dominator 2, they go through.
This is a bit of a shocker, isn't it? Are you shocked?
Yeah, well, it's happened before, so we're not really that surprised.
Deep down, do you think you're getting a bit complacent?
Definitely not, no. We were giving it the full welly and we were dishing out as hard as we could, but the other guys could take it, and all credit to them.
Bye-bye, Hypnodisc. Spawn again and Dominator 2 through to the second round. This is how they'll line up in a moment. We'll see 13 black against Dominator 2, but first up, Razor and Spawn again.
If anyone can beat Razor, is it you?
We hope so.
Someone's
got to beat them sooner or later, haven't they?
Okay, right, tactics.
Beat them.
No, come on, you've got to have thought about this. You've got to have sat here while you were tinkering.
Tactics. Flip them.
What are you doing, yeah? What, are you tinkering here?
Well, yeah.
Go on.
Well, you saw earlier that the machine was it's got so much power in it now that the batteries are really, really expensive and really powerful, really expensive speedos in there. Now motors can't take it. The motors are kind of the loose end.
Really?
Yeah.
So that could be really ironic, couldn't
So
it?
you can see it smoking out there again, you know it's going to get a swift kick.
Here they come again then, Ian Lewis, Simon Scott and Vinnie Blood.
Spawn again.
The Spawn again team. On the left-hand side, Luke Chapman and Darren Hayden-Ball is skipper.
Roboteers, stand by.
In the arena for the House Robots, a killer lot. First time we've seen him in the All-Stars second heat. And Sergeant Bash once more.
3, 2, 1.
Razor, quick out of the stalls, has to avoid the flipper of Spawn again. Operates at 1,000 PSI, that flipper. Razor seems to have sensed that the Achilles heel for Spawn again is at the rear, where the remote control aerial is, and just trying to get it a grip. Because there are the two sort of handles, if you like, of Spawn again. Now wedging in on the flipper itself. We're not too sure about Ian Lewis's new haircut. He did suggest that Philippa copied it in the pits. The exchange was a frank and short one. Out comes Razor again. And it's wedged shut. Spawn against Flipper. Look at the power of Razor's crushing beak. We call it the CF, the crushability factor of the twice world champions. And Spawn again simply can't get out and cannot attack. Razor have pushed them away there onto the flame pit, onto the angle grinder. Luke Jackman, the weapons operator of Spawn, cannot get the flipper working, even if it is operational. I'm not too sure it is. Oh! And they've driven themselves onto the pit, which is descending. What have I done? What have we done? Down they go. Spawn again and again. Oh no, I don't think so.
Spawn again, consigned to the pit of oblivion. Razor, the ex-UK champions, they go marching on. What were you thinking? You open the pit yourself, you press the pit release button, and then you drive straight in?
It was tactical.
Well, just trying to keep out the way.
Oh, God.
His sort of mighty claw didn't seem to be penetrating you.
No, we have mighty armour, though.
Yeah.
And we needed it.
People used to think they were indestructible, they were invulnerable, but, like, you know, they're not the UK champions anymore. They've been, you know, people have taken them over, you know?
Yeah, not many, though.
Not many. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it. Good competitors, Spawn again! As I said, you're not invulnerable anymore.
Well, yeah, they were pretty hard that time, weren't they? Didn't get through them.
You couldn't.
No, I said to Simon, because we were actually on some of the box section, and you could see it going through the frame. I said, Simon, careful, careful. We're coming on the bodywork panels. Usually you go through. Last time, but are they? Was that titanium or something? They've got some pretty hard stuff there, haven't they?
Yeah, they have. I mean, that doesn't normally happen to you. You normally go through everything like a knife through butter.
Yeah, I think Razor's going to have to sort of step up a bit. I mean, we stepped up now with you see, it's a lot nippier at the moment. We've got these new special speedos in there, so we're testing those out. Nike ads and all that. It's a lot faster and nippier.
Your driving skills
with the others
were excellent there.
Yeah, it was a bit.
And I like the showboating at the end before you put him in the pit, you know.
He did it for us, didn't he?
You guys, you just love it, don't you? You love the carnage, the destruction, the mayhem. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Razor!
Confirmation then that Spawn again have gone in the All-Stars Heat 2. Razor through to be either 13 Black or Dominator 2.
Very exciting. This is the workshop, and this is a naked Dominator 2 because they're still working on it. Hey, you've got a fight coming up with 13 Black, and you're still working on the robot. Why?
Well, we had a hard last battle against Hypno, so, you know, we're used to spinners now. We want to make sure we're ready for 13 Black.
OK, so are you doing extra work, or are you doing repair work?
No, we're fixing it.
You're fixing it. Dominator 2, you know what they're up to?
Doing bits, aren't they?
Yes, they're doing absolutely well. They're not now. They've been doing a lot of welding, and they say they're as strong as they were before. But does that give you, do you think, a bit of optimism that you might get in there and cause some more damage?
I'm not really worried about them at all, just damage
Aren't
them.
you?
No.
But that axe is amazing. If that axe gets onto one of your spinners, surely it will stop them.
It'll probably stop the spinner, but once it comes out, we'll start up again.
OK, well, best of luck. I said that to them too.
Dominator 2.
There in the control booth, Peter Halloway, Elliot Smart and Paul Tolliday.
13.
For 13 Black, John and Tasha Denny, she's only 8, and Richard Morris.
Roboteers, stand by.
There's Matilda in the CPZ of the arena for the house robots. And Dead Metal, serrated saw in there too.
3, 2, 1.
Record gives us green for go. 13 Blacks. Rushing roulette, I described it earlier, up to 20 miles an hour, but bashed into by Dominator 2. I just worry about the actual effect of that axe. It looks rather grand, doesn't it? But 13 Black, unlucky for some, has dodged away below and gone straight into the CPZ and very nearly crashed into the spinning flywheel. But Matilda, which glances into Dominator 2, turns it on its side. And now Matilda can come out to play. Not great driving initially by 13 Black, but Dominator 2 followed through into there and got caught. They're righted now, they can back away and come onto the onslaught. But they need to eradicate mistakes like that if they go through to meet Razor. 13 Black, oh! As well, I was going to say to press the pit release button, they destroyed it! Dominator 2's axe has got a grip on one of the roulette wheels. Is holding on. Can they edge it slowly towards the pit? 13 Black trying to drive away. Away, no! Heave, ho, to and fro. 13 Black holding on. Dominator 2 pushes. Oh! So near. Dominator nearly backed in. 13 Black, look at this. This is great stuff. Oh, can they do it this time? It's the immovable against the irresistible. 13 Black still fighting away. Dominator 2 nearly turned tortuously towards the pit once again. Don't go left, boys. Move away from the pit. 13 Black on the attack. Matilda there waiting. Who's going to repair that? I'm not too sure if you've got it in the budget. And Dominator 2, what is this love affair with the pit? Not even the 13 Black team can understand Dominator 2's tactics here. Oh, 13 Black! Well, they obviously don't want to go through and meet Razor, either of these two. This is tremendous stuff. It's going to go to the judges. Well, they live dangerously.
Did you like that battle? Did you like that battle? What a right ding-dong. Too close a call. We're going to have to go to the judges while they're making up their considerable minds. Let's see the highlights.
Oh, did I see some shaking heads in the judges' pit there? I don't think they can quite believe what happened. Good attack by Dominator, but then flicked by Matilda as they went too close to comfort. They righted themselves with a little bit of help from 13 Black. Not great style from 13 Black, nor there from Dominator, nor there from 13 Black. Goodness me, they skirted that pit. Will the judges mark them down for that? What a battle it was. Stalemate in the end.
Well, the judges have made the decision. Now, you know what they're looking at. Style, control, damage and aggression. It was a right ding-dong battle. But they've gone for 13 Black! I think damage-wise, they caught you a good few wallops and you had some very limited mobility there as well. It looked like the drive had gone on one side.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, we lost it on one side.
Disappointed?
A little bit, yeah.
It was a
But
great fight,
it was
though,
good.
wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a great fight.
Alrighty, well, it's all stars and you are stars. Let's hear it. Dominator 2! Hi, Tasha. Hey, you won! Are you happy?
Yeah.
Really good. What did you think of the fight?
Fine.
You thought it was fine. Did it all go according to plan, sir?
Not really, no.
He did put a right hole in one of those spinning discs, but the disc's still going.
Yeah, we weren't worried about that at all.
Yeah. You must have been worried about going down the pit, though.
Yeah, a bit.
I mean, you were really, really close.
I know.
Hey, you're fighting Razor, and Razor are running scared.
I'm not surprised. We've been told we're the only ones that could take out Razor that are left in the competition, so we'll have to see.
Bring on Razor. Let's hear it for 13 Black!
Bit controversial, but 13 Black go through. Bye-bye to Dominator 2. This is the way the Heat 2 final looks. 13 Black will meet the world champions Razor.
They were a bit naughty, weren't they?
They were a bit.
They started whirring up just before.
Spinning up.
So they were up to speed. Now, if they do that again, what are you going to do?
Well, it's a bit naughty. I don't know what we can do. You know, when it's 3-2 on activate, you go for it. If they have spun up before time, then we'll have to leave it to the judges.
Yeah, I think what we'll basically do, if we see them start spinning up, then we'll just attack.
Oh, controversy. We might see some controversy. Come on. OK, 13 Black. Razor is saying that if you spin up early, they might attack early.
I think that's a sign of nerves, to be honest.
You think they're nervous? Now, Dominator couldn't get through with that axe. Razor have had a little nibble, but didn't do much damage last time. Are you the ones that, for the first time in a very long, long time, will beat Razor?
I think so.
Razor.
The reigning world and all-stars champions. Vinnie Blood, Simon Scott and Ian Lewis on the right.
13 Black.
The challengers. John, and little Tasha Denning, and Richard Morris there in the middle.
Roboteers, stand by.
Sergeant Bash is back in the arena fighting for the house robots. So too is Shunt with the bulldozer blade.
2, 1.
And they didn't spin up to speed before Activate was called, but Razor still got a very early attack in. Then they get the winner of this goes on to fight Firestorm 4 in the All-Stars Grand Final. 13 Black moves away. Looks pretty as a picture, but not causing any damage. Until it came side on into the Razor team's machine. But 13 Black, I think, has impaled itself on the side wall of the arena. I think the discs were spinning so quickly, they've actually sliced into the arena side wall. And 13 Black has impaled itself, which means the Razor can drive on and crumple and bend and buckle and bruise the hopes of 13 Black. That roulette wheel was turning so viciously quickly, it literally sliced into the Macrolon's side wall and stuck itself on. John Denny at the controls of 13 Black, a crash test photographer by Trey, looks on as Razor has a grip now, the inexorable grip of the world champions, former UK champions, current All-Star champions, one of the greatest robots ever conceived, designed and built, and now horribly improved. Pit, pit, pit is cried by the crowd. Down goes the pit. The controls of Razor ever so secure. And although 13 Black isn't budging for the moment, both you and I know the outcome of this, don't we? Razor is not going to give up now. Ooh, Richard Morris looks crestfallen. They've done brilliantly to get this far in this All-Stars heat. But whatever your number, odd or even, red or black, your number's up if you're a 13 Black fan. Down they go, very slowly. Razor are through to the All-Stars final.
13 Black unlucky for some, certainly unlucky for them. Razor are through to the All-Star final! You disappointed, Tasha?
No.
You're not disappointed? You're glad you went out then?
Yeah.
You nearly took them apart in a previous fight. You ripped their arm off and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They must have been really nervous of you.
I think they were, but we got stuck on the wall. We couldn't get off, and that was it, really.
But it was more than that, though. Their mighty claw was ripping you apart as well.
Well, only when we were stuck.
Only when you were stuck. What was the tactic this time? Because you wasn't just relying on the spinning disc. You were making the whole robot spin.
Well, I wanted to get the disc up to speed.
Yeah.
Before they got hitting at us. So if I spin up first, get the disc spinning, then come out the spin.
Yeah. Well, you know, you're not the new kids on the block anymore. You're tried and tested old roboteers now. Everyone's scared of your robot. It didn't work this time, but next time it mightn't it?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
All right. You're going to come back then?
Sure.
Yes. And we'll be looking forward to seeing you. Ladies and gentlemen, 13 Black! You must have been nervous.
A little. The thing is with Razor, it can take the hits.
Yeah.
And we knew if we don't burn a motor out again, we would last the duration anyway.
Yeah.
But they could get more hits than us, so we had to get a hold of them. And it's, then spinning the whole robot.
You were smoking at the end there, though.
Yeah. Well, we burnt a motor.
Yeah.
But, such is life.
But it was excellent driving. Just getting yourself into that position where you could, avoid the two discs and still do damage to the robot. So, really good driving.
Very tricky to run.
OK, listen. Bring on the All-Stars Grand Final. Yeah. Let's hear it for Razor!
Who can stop them? 13 Black couldn't, so Razor march on to the All-Stars Grand Final against Firestorm 4. So the All-Star Final, Razor double world champions against Firestorm. They've met before. Razor always strong enough. The beak against the flipper. For me, it's Razor. Craig, come and join me up in the crow's nest. How do you see it going?
Well, you've gone for Razor there. I mean, Razor blew it in the 6th war, but it was very controversial because Tornado had adapted its robot so that Razor couldn't get at it. I don't think Firestorm can do that, and the claw of Razor is mighty, and I think that they've come back, they want to prove themselves all over again. People think they're on the slide now because they lost the 6th war, but I think Razor have got a little bit too much, and I'm going to go for Razor myself. Anyway, enough of all this. Let the All-Star Final begin.
Razor.
What else can we see from Ian Simon and Vinnie Blood?
Firestorm 4.
3 times UK Grand Finalists at the controls, Graham Bone and Hazel Heslock.
Roboteers, stand by.
In the arena for the House Robots, Dead Metal. Watch those claws. And Sir Killalot, watch just about everything.
3, 2, 1.
The beak of Razor, the flipper of Firestorm 4. Hugely powerful Firestorm 4. Very low ground clearance. 0.1 centimetre. Graham Bone at the controls. Very experienced. Previous All-Star semi-finalists. Now in the All-Stars Grand Final, but under pressure from Razor. Mind you, Dead Metal has Razor in its clutches, and down comes the saw on the armament of Razor. Well, he's grinning it, he's bearing it, and Graham Bone is steering it. Firestorm 4, that is, back into Razor. Razor in trouble momentarily and away. Firestorm 4 wedged under the angle grinder, it seems. They need to move and move quickly because Razor has the CF, the crushability factor. Graham Bone will know that. A design engineer by trade, man who has guided Firestorm through many a Robot Wars battle, including the grand final of the 5th UK series of Robot Wars when they were beaten by Razor. And Razor crumples down again. Part bird, part reptile. The whole is a mean machine. Also in there, Dead Metal. Razor on top in the All-Stars final. You don't need me to tell you that. Hazel looks glum. Graham Bone looks concerned. Razor looks triumphant. Out come the wings of victory, which signal the wings of doom for the defeated. The crowd waggle the pit banners and flags. Firestorm tries to turn away. It cannot escape the clutches of Razor. Now with the killer wheels, they say. What can Graham do here? Can he get the pneumatic forward hinge flipper to work? Time is running out. I don't think there's any life in that flipper, do you? Not really. I think they are almost accepting the inevitability of defeat. Razor squeezes the beak in. You're talking a very good machine. Crestfallen, I think, is the word. Well, the pit release has been activated. Firestorm, I think, trying to seek a way out, and no wonder. Razor punishing again. They really don't want to let Firestorm off the hook at all. They've made marks and tears and holes, scrapes and scratches. Absolutely dominant once again. Razor are about to win the All-Stars Championship again. Firestorm valiant, but vanquished. And they always knew they were second best. Razor all-conquering. Take a bow.
all who wanted to avoid, you said Razor, but you thought if you did come up against them, you could do them this time. That's the third time they've taken you out. What have you got to do?
It's getting closer.
He made you look like a teabag that time, though, like 1,000 perforations.
Nah, so it's not that bad. It was the one big hole in the top that's taken out the battery. That's why we couldn't go forwards and backwards anymore.
Are you gutted?
Not really, no.
I mean, you must have thought third time lucky, surely.
We did, yeah. But I mean, second's nothing to be like ashamed about. It's a good position.
Brilliant place.
Hey,
Second place.
There was some shots of you in that booth looking very, very sad.
Oh.
But you're smiling again now. You're great competitors.
They're a great team.
You've lost to a great robot. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it. Firestorm 4!
How about that then, Craig?
Well, you're the reigning champions. I thought they could give you a run for the money, but...
Well, he certainly did, didn't they? The machine was completely, absolutely worn out, wasn't it, at the end there? Did you see that?
Yeah,
the battery
out your seat, really, weren't you?
Yeah.
Is Razor going to come back, or are you going to retire it, build a new one?
Wow, there's this girl keeps trying to buy it, doesn't she?
Oh, yeah, we had an offer of many thousands
How
of dollars
many
for
thousands?
it. Oh, I can't say.
A lot, though, wasn't it?
A lot. An awful
Even
lot.
impress you, Craig.
And you decided to keep hold of it?
At the moment, yeah, it's still competition worthy, and it keeps getting stronger. So it's more powerful for this season, but it is burning its own motors out. So now we've got to upgrade them.
Why is your claw more mighty than any other claw?
Because I lean on the throttle. Lean on it. It's willpower. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't. I mean, pushing the stick down further on the radio doesn't make it any more powerful, but it's sort of the essence.
Well, I tell you, you've got many imitators, but there's only one original. And you're the All-Star champions. Let's hear it! The All-Star champions, Razor! Light the fires, scream your applause. They're still the All-Star champions on Robot Wars. Bye-bye.
Coming next on Robot Wars, the Annihilator. We start with 6 robots and then viciously, cruelly destroy them one by one till we have a winner.